Hey, good evening to everyone who is in the house, who may be on their way to the house, and so forth. Appreciate you all coming in. Spend a little time. This is another impromptu session, and I felt it needed to be addressed. I was out working today, and doing some work that I've been assigned to do, and I took a few clips of two locations to make this quick. I think it was like a minute and 20-second video, and I had a main title and a subtitle to this video. But before we get to that, let's do a little, as we say, housekeeping things that are going on. We see we got Mr. Jonathan Jackson in the house. How you doing, Jonathan? Good to see you out. Mr. JSK, what's going on, partner? And always East Coast Thrills. I know Jonathan and East Coast are down there in the storm area, so you gentlemen be safe. And I understand from earlier conversations with some other people, there is a pending second storm en route to go right across the middle of the state of Florida. So if you're in that path, make sure you are being safe and take care of your loved ones. If you have loved ones in that area, make sure they're being safe and looked after. And as always, I am sponsored by Air Data, so we always want to make sure we give them their time. And I say appreciate them sponsoring me.
Last call is sponsored by Air Data, world's most trusted flight data platform. Use promo code Recovery1Drone20 for 20% discount on your subscription.
As I was saying before, I was out doing work today and wanted to put together an impromptu video. And I would say the majority of the videos I put out are for inspirational purposes. I want to encourage people, inform people the potential or the possibilities of what's out there in the drone industry itself. I want to be an ambassador on that side of the fence to let people know if you put together a little effort, enhance your skills, buy the right equipment, you can make some decent money. Like I said, I tell people all the time, I wouldn't go out and quit my 9 to 5 right away. But this is something, if you have a solid goal or a long-term business plan, it is something that can grow into something down the road for you. For myself personally, I've been in the drone industry for about a little over 6 years now. I incorporated it into my regular job initially, and I would say 4 or 5 years ago, I started using it as a side business for myself. And that's the kind of work I do on the weekends, is mostly just for my own side work. And what I do during the week is for the city that I work for. So as I was saying that, I was out doing some work today, made a video, and I posted it across several different Facebook groups. And for the most part, no problems. But one group, I got some serious pushback. I got comments that the video was a scam. And then another person just came right out and said, BS. There's no way you can make that kind of money in 2 hours. So that's why I'm here. Try to explain to people, break it down to them, how the title of the video is the big larger title is, how can you make $1,000 in 2 hours? And then the subtitle of the video is, it's Saturday, what are you doing? Okay. So first off, what I'm going to do is just simply show you the video. Okay. That's what I'm going to do, is show you the video. And that way you'll be able to see what all the hoopla is all about for yourselves.
That's right in there. Right on. I'm here.
Yeah, I was going to come in.
Yes.
This is an hour ago, so
and
it's
there's work
shifted
to
north
do.
quite a bit.
And potentially
I'll go ahead and
a
play it
major
back.
hurricane
So you
upon
guys can
landfall on Wednesday afternoon. But I want you to look at a couple of things. First of all, average margin of error for a forecast 4 days out is what that margin represents. So it could really be almost any spot on the west coast of Florida. I usually don't show you this line in the middle, but it's important essentially because whenever the center crosses landfall on Wednesday and about 10 miles south, things go low to the wind and surge there. North of the line, you won't see much in any spot on the west coast. In addition, I've got to cross the line from here. It's important essentially there is this heavily inland landfall, not on Denver and about 10 miles south. They will there's your hope. Run north of the north. They're going to cause a little bit of weakening and later Tuesday to Wednesday. Obviously right here, we'll look across the modest water of Chile. It's important right now. There is this heavily inland landfall, not on Denver and about 10 miles south. They will there's right here. Run north of the north.
So like I said, we're gonna put it, if it does this, we're still gonna be in the
Obviously, right here, we're looking at very high probability that a couple of days from now, these hurricane forces on Wednesday. However, it's still Wednesday. That's still up in the air.
Up in the air. That's kind of impressive.
If it does this, we're still gonna be in the
Obviously, right here, we're looking at very
Chances are the reason why you're watching this video is because these hurricane forces TV just passed, or maybe
That's the
the
only
webs
thing
are
that's
set up. Well, you come to great news.
Back when it
I'm
first
here to
started
show
out,
you
it was
all the
free.
good news that we offer here at Best Buy.
Yeah, when I turn on the audio, JSK, sometimes, who is that? East Coast? East Coast. Sometimes when I use that audio through the monitor, I get an echo. That's why I don't usually have it on too often. But now you guys can see that was all Hoop was about, was the title itself. Okay? That was what the big deal was. Well, you never know. You never know, East Coast. I might slip something in on you one day. So keep you on your toes. So that was the video itself that was causing all the hoopla per se. All right. And I wasn't getting it. Like I said, one guy said that, I was trying to scam somebody. Another person is called it BS as far as what the title was. I can't say that either one of these individuals actually watched the video. And you guys have watched the video yourselves and seen what's in the video. There's no no activity or voice of mine trying to recruit, trying to sell anybody anything. Okay, you guys still hearing something over the audio now? Or is it just my voice that you're hearing? It's probably one of the USBs. Okay. How about that? I have one of the USB cameras on, and I usually don't have those on. Okay. I should take care of the echo now. You're echoing now, Dre. Okay. I turned off. Let me take that one off. And that should take care of any echoing that I may have. Okay. Okay, is it still echoing now? No, still? Okay. I'm trying to work it out here, folks. Echo. I don't understand why I'm getting echoes from. I shouldn't be getting any echoes from anything. Okay, I shut down everything else. Video 1. Okay. Video 2. Headphone. Okay. So are we getting an echo? Yes, if we're getting an echo. Not as bad. Okay. All right. That means we're working better. So to break down what you just saw in the video is simply this. The first part you saw me out with my Maverick 3 Enterprise on a mapping job. And this is that mapping job right here. Okay. That is a job itself. It's a decent sized job. I had to break it up in 2 type of flights. One, just a regular lawnmower grid that we do. I'll let you guys see it. And then I have this long linear route that takes me south of the main part of the flight down that corridor there, which also goes across a bridge, goes over the freeway. So the cost for that flight is $400. Okay. It only takes roughly 1 battery to fly this main area right here. And I use a second battery to fly this area here. Takes me roughly, and also do a panorama on this main body here. So it takes me roughly about 45 minutes or so, or less, to excuse me, to complete this job here. Okay. So secondly, what you saw in the video, you saw me do a solar inspection. And today I did a total of 3 solar inspections. I showed you one of them. Those solar inspections take all of about maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 tops to do. These areas I went to are within about 20 minutes of my home. So I left my house at 7:30 this morning, arrived at the first location a little bit before 8. That first drone took off at 8 a.m. round the dot. So I was done with that first job roughly about 45, break down everything. The next job was over in Rancho Cucamonga, the first solar job, and I had 2 other solar jobs in the city of Fontana. Okay. I pulled up back at my house in San Bernardino right about 5 till 10. All right. So each one of those solar jobs that I do, no matter how many panels it is on the roof, or how, doesn't matter the number of panels, it's $200, period. So simple math: $400 for the mapping part, $200 per solar part. It's $1,000, and I did it all within about 2 hours time. So the title I put up there wasn't misleading. It's just showing an example of the type of money that you can make if, one, you have, you're in working with the right individuals, companies and corporations. 2, you have the right drone. Like I say, the first job I used the Mavic 3E. It flies at 30 miles per hour plus to do that grid. So it's flying at a good clip with that mechanical shutter on that camera. I get excellent shots with it. The second drone I use is a Mavic Enterprise Advance. I like using that one on residential houses. It's quiet, it's small, easy to get in those tight places where people got trees and power lines that might be there close to in certain neighborhoods and older homes. And so you're in and out instead of using the big giant M30T, which is loud. It's bulky to have in confined spaces. So, we go from there. I don't want those guys on there. So as I was saying that, guys trying to tell me that's BS, you can't make that kind of money in that amount of time. I just explained it to you. And now what I have here is looking at my website. This is my website, recoveroneDrones.com. I don't know what that's beeping for. And the reason why I'm showing you this is to show you some of my credentials. What we did. I am a SISIC, which means I'm an erosion control inspector. That's why I do a lot of mapping work, because mapping, when you go out there, you're usually out there doing the grading process, which goes along with erosion control that can occur on a site. So my credentials as an inspector in that area lends me to have a little more expertise of what's going on and what I can relay to the site superintendent, what I can relay to the developer, and anybody else that wants my opinion or whatever the case may be. I'm also registered in the state of California as a QSP, which stands for Qualified SWIP Practitioner. Some places refer to as a SWIPy still. SWIP, which is basically your stormwater pollution protection plan. So usually about a big 2-inch binder that sits on every construction site. By law, that manual needs to be on that site. So when someone like me shows up, I can reference what's in that manual, see if you have all the appropriate, what we call BMPs, basically best management practices, to mitigate any runoff or even run on water or anything else that may occur in your site in erosion issues. Okay. Next thing is over here, I am OSHA 30 certified. Okay. I have taken several courses under FEMA, and that's why I encourage people that if you want to get your foot in the door, those in the Southeast right now, contact your local authorities to see if they need assistance with GIS work. And that's why I put that in there, GIS support, because having real-time data is essential as far as being able to help manage and also direct rescue and recovery efforts. And I'm also held the title of MPDS inspector, which is National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System. These three right here, the SISIC, the QSP, and MPDS, all go together. There's just different levels of being an inspector for basically the same reasons. Okay, have my Part 107 on there, and I'm also a Cat 1 certified for infrared. Okay, so with all that going on, like I always tell a lot of people, it allows me to have some credibility of what I do. And with that credibility, it also allows me to have more value in the work that I do, because I'm certified in a lot of stuff. I have the credentials to back it up. And
for the most part, it adds more value to what I'm doing. So when I, talk about negotiating costs for certain jobs, like I tell people, the easiest thing for me to do is go buy batteries. Like that first job, it takes about 2.5 batteries, if that. I say two batteries. Two batteries tops. First battery is, like I say, and also they want an RTK. And as you saw in the video, I use RTK. Any job I do RTK, no matter how large or how small, the starting cost is $200 to use for me to come out and set up my RTK gear. It starts at $200, and then the battery part kicks in. So that job there, $400. Simple as that. Okay. And then, like I say, I don't need RTK on the small homes with the solar shingles on them. Those are automatically, because one, they're paying for the technology of the thermal drone, and they're also paying for my certification as a Category 1 thermal analysis certification. So that's what I'm saying, that people, that it's not hard to make a decent little bit of money, but you got to go out there and do your homework and build on that. And that's what's important. So you got to go out there and build on it for yourself. Yeah, if screen is on, it's echoing bad. Okay. Not a problem. Let me get rid of that. I don't know why East Coast is on there. Okay, let me see here. Okay, so let me apologize, you guys, for the echoing. I'm not sure where it's coming from. I have shut off everything I possibly can without restarting the whole stream. So I'm not. I'm too close to the mic. If I back that off, would that be a little better? We're sitting here trying to figure this out. Tar Heel's giving me some instructions here as we're doing this show at the same time. I appreciate it, though. Don't think I don't. I do appreciate.
Like I said, I don't do these live streams on a regular basis. So every time I get on here, it's always a learning curve and always a different experience, it seems like. Last night, everything went pretty good. Everything looked good. Now tonight, I'm having audio issues. And the mic is no difference as far as distance to what I had yesterday. Okay, so my apologies if anyone's offended or it's causing some kind of mental anguish for you. So I'm not going to stay here much longer. I just wanted to address this because this is part of the problem that we have within the drone community. People just assume, I don't know, things are not, you're not able to do certain things. And one of my little pet peeves, and I always got to catch myself, is that when I hear those scenario questions that people always want to post in chat groups or whatever, and it's always my first thing I always tell myself, have you taken the trust test? At least that. And I always tell myself, you've taken the trust test, you know the difference between what is recreational flight and what is Part 107 flight, because that is covered throughout the trust test. So your question about doing this at a birthday party, doing something for a friend, neighbor, whatever the case may be, you can answer all these things for yourself very simply by the information. I always tell a lot of people, just give people the FAA here in America, the FAA website, and have them go look it up. Because I mean, a lot of times you see these type of threads go on, and there'll be like some 50, 60, 70 comments going back and forth. And all it does is you see the confusion. Some people stating one thing and other folks stating something else. And I'm always a believer, we don't have the actual facts to go by. We can't have a debate if we don't agree upon what the facts are. As much as we may not like a lot of the rules and guidelines and regulations, that's the rule book we have to go by. So, that's why I tell people, just refer someone has these scenario questions, just refer them to the FAA site. And that time, in that way, we don't have the back and forth that goes on so often in these chat groups. And all it does is raise tension, because I even accuse individuals of stirring the pot. Because it just seemed like one of those kind of deals that it got so much of a reaction that even somebody else even questioned, is this even a real scenario? And that's why I said, just refer them to the FAA. And the only other question you ask them is, did you take the trust test yourself? So that's the whole thing there for the most part. But I felt today the response, that I say the pushback I got over that video, it's just, I'm not sure where it came from. And I'm pretty sure that individuals just saw the title and didn't even bother to look at the video itself and just assume I was trying to, I don't know what kind of scam I was trying to be able to pull by saying you can earn $1,000 in 2 hours. And it's very possible. And doing drone work. You get a good base job, get that there, making $400 or $500. Get a couple of small ones. I mean, the day before, I'll show you my thing up here. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see it real good or not. The day before, I did 3 jobs that day. I made around $600 yesterday. Okay, 3 small jobs, one in the city of Redlands, one in Ontario, and one in Bloomington, California. And once again, I was done in less, I would say I was back home. I left yesterday same time because I had Friday off. So I went out, left my house at 7:30 in the morning, got on site right about 8, put that first drone up, knocked that out. Drove over to, I was in Redlands first, and it's an RTK job, so it's $200, 1 battery, boom. It's called the Grove. That's what you see there, $200. The next one was Emerald Ridge, non-RTK required flight, $175. And then the last one, Bar Farms, which is basically used to be a farm, and they developer bought the farm out, and now they're going to build houses on it. Another $175. And all those were 1 battery jobs. 1 battery jobs is all that was for those. So as I was saying, you can make a little bit of money doing this stuff. Like for me, I usually work no more than about 6 to maybe 8 days a month. And that's just the weekends. A Friday here and there, and Saturdays. I try not to work on Sundays unless for some reason I have to do a makeup flight. That's why I reserve Sundays for anything I have to redo. Okay, anytime you use anything else but the primary camera, the echo goes away. Okay. That's probably what it is then. All right. So that's why I'm just saying to guys, you know, there is potential of making some money out there. You know, like I said, I wouldn't depend upon the level of work that I get to pay the mortgage. I do that right up front. That takes a whole other level of hustle. And just like I think it was in September, I showed a guy who is full-time freelance photographer. He does a lot of things. He does drone work, real estate. He does podcasting. He does a lot of other stuff with basic entertainment things with his drones and other video work. And he made 13 grand in the month of August. August was a good month for me. I drug in a little over 5 grand month of August because I did some work for a surveyor. So that boosted up my normal monthly income. Usually I pull in anywhere between 2,500 to 3,000 is what I pull in monthly, only working about 8 days at the most a month. So like I said, when you have days when you're making a grand, you're making 500, 600 bucks, those numbers add up. At the end of the month, when I invoice my people and everything else, that's what the total amount is. For me, the long range goal for me at this time is becoming a reseller eventually. I want to establish my name, my brand that I have as doing work, but eventually I want to get a brick and mortar and become a reseller of drones. But right now, with all the ups and downs with our elected officials, I have to see how that's going to play out, or if there's even going to be an option to play out here in America. People just don't understand that these legislative type bills hold a lot of people's livelihoods in their hands. And we may see the ability to have resellers may go away. Because I know most of the American companies, they sell direct. They sell their stuff themselves. They don't really contract out to too many resellers, if any. So you actually got to go directly to the source to buy their gear. So that means, you know, what they have in stock is what they have in stock, or you're going to be on the waiting list, waiting for something to show up, like the federal government's doing the same thing. In my talk last night, we were referencing the same thing. These guys sell direct. They don't really go to a whole lot of resellers. So that is what my goal is. If things stay as they are, I would like to be a reseller in my area. I believe I've done my homework a little bit, and at this point there is a great need in my area for another reseller. I think there's a decent sized folks down in Southern Orange County, San Diego area. Another pretty more well-known group out of the LA area. I'm about 50 miles east of LA, going out towards the high deserts and lower deserts. So I know just for the first responders in this area would like to have a dealer that is close by, a little closer than having to go into LA or Orange County at this point. So there's potential there. And also just for people like myself who are small business operators who will be able to have a little closer contact or be able to walk in somewhere and pick up something instead of always waiting for it to be shipped to them. So that is what I'm looking at for me in the long run. So once again, I just want to put that out there and just, like I say, I want to be transparent with people. And like I said, when I put videos out, I'm not trying to, BS anybody. I'm not trying to scam anybody because I'm not selling anything. I'm offering inspiration. I show people how I'm getting it done for the most part, and go from there. East Coast, yes, but the Americans made drones. How many of the parts that they made are not from America? You know, East Coast, that is going to be the, I say, the $10,000 question. Is that we know that many parts are still made overseas, and that's why right now the American drone manufacturers can't even supply the federal government with the drones they need. Most of them are on back order because they don't have a big, large part supply. They're making everything themselves. You know, because they know if they use parts from China and other places, they cannot qualify to be on the blue list. Because according to be on the blue list, everything's supposed to be made within America or other countries that are not on the ban list. I hate to use the word ban, but to be on the blue list, you got to use parts from neighboring or friendly countries at this point. So that's why, like I said, that's why there's such an issue with being able to supply the Department of Interior, other agencies that are using or trying to use American-made drones is parts. And like I say, we all know parts do wear out. Even the little basic stuff like props wear out, especially if they get nicked or whatever the case may be. You don't have to worry about flying around with a crack in your props, because you never know through the stress, vibration, and just wear and tear, or that prop might just come apart completely, and now the rest of the drone is coming down. And your only other option is that you ground the drone until you get more props. So that means less work gets done that could have been done by that drone or drone from a similar type of drone could get the job done, but it's not on the blue list. So these are some of the issues that are going to be faced. Who knows how much this is going to affect us at the lower end as consumers, myself as a small business owner. How is it going to affect me? Because even in that document I showed last night, it even talks about contractors, which are people like me, contractors, who I may get a chance, because I did a project for the state of California. They were, at the time, trying to build a new California Highway Patrol station in the city of Loma Linda. Well, for whatever reason, the project didn't go through, but that could have been an instance where I would have had to purchase an approved drone to stay on that job. So that would have been another incurred expense for me just to stay on that job. It's probably going to be a year or 2 year job, but like I said, that's just another expense when I already have drones that are very capable of doing the same work that I already have in my inventory. So like I say, even in that document, it talked about the rules and regulations affecting contractors, which affect people like me not being able to do work, because if it states that only approved drones, which mean blue listed drones, can be used because of the fact this project is receiving government money, that means I would be out of the picture unless I purchase a drone that meets those standards. So there's a lot of writing. There's a lot of writing. That definitely is. So I know most folks are still over at Uncle Bill's. I didn't know he was coming on tonight. Usually Uncle Bill comes on Sunday nights. So I already had put my notification up to come on live at 6. I think he started around 5. So I've cut into him a good half an hour at his time. I know Uncle Bill usually stays on about 2 hours or so. And so this is Ray with Come With Drones. I appreciate everyone coming in. And like I always say, hang on, enjoy the ride, and please subscribe. Thank you.